Seriously, what is wrong with these Titans? Maybe we should counsel them. What's up, YouTubers of the world? MegaGeekMixer here to give you guys my review on this week's episode of Titans. But seriously, considering how they were all being today, each of these characters of Titans, I think we need to do a little something different in this episode. So today, you all can call me Dr. MegaGeekMixer, because I am going to do a little counseling session with each of these Titans that appeared in this week's episode, or more like a few of them. Two of them not really needing counseling. They look like they might figure themselves out, especially with a little image I saw for next week's episode, which I'll get into here at the end, but let's get it right into it. I am Dr. MegaGeekMixer here, doing a little counseling session with each of the Titans. So let's start off with Raven. So Raven, for today, we found out that you were having a dream. At the start of the episode, you had a dream, and what do you know? It was of Grayson. How about that? And instead, though, this time it was at Grayson's funeral. Grayson was dying in your dream this time, compared to last time when you met him. It was when you were trying to find him because you needed his help. Back when you learned about his past as the Flying Graysons. But here, this one's warning you to help Grayson out now, or he's gonna be in trouble. And rightfully so, because that Grayson guy in this episode, was he broken more than ever? He was literally a broken wing. And man, Rachel, you did a good job in noticing that. Not before noticing also and hearing news that girl that you met last week was or better yet, scratch that. I meant to say that girl you met last week, her father, who you saved her from, she's dead. He's dead now. Ooh, but you don't know yet what really happened. You really gotta work on yourself there, girl. Find out how to work with that darkness in you before you really see the awfulness of what you have unleashed. Because I'm thinking that thing is still out there, so you need to keep an eye on that. But right now, you need to focus on finding Grayson. But how can you find him? Well, there's a little message that was left for you. A place called Elko. Yes, and you're not the only one who is gonna go there. Oh yes, we finally got to catch up with Corey. Let's catch up on there with Corey, who we find out that the reason she didn't go to the tower, why she wasn't at the tower to help Gar and Connor out. Oh, it turns out that after finding out what her sister did to her. Oh yes, Corey, your sister told you that she murdered y'all's parents and now she's the ruler of Tamaran and she's isolated you on this planet. So what do you decide to do? You decide to do like Grayson, Dawn, and Donna, and pretty much all the OG Titans. Hit rock bottom, shower yourself in misery. And girl, where did you get that place? Did you steal that place? There's no way you could have afforded that place. I mean, maybe you could have, because man, girl, you are fine as hell, Anna. Anna, you performed Starfire very well, and I love you for that. I was very actually envious of that guy. Pardon myself there. I couldn't help but feel a bit jealous of that scene you were with that guy, because girl, you are fine. But that aside, as a counselor, I can't be saying that, but I just got off myself there. But seriously, you really had to go and hit yourself rock bottom so hard that you needed some counseling just as bad as Grayson here. But it looks like you also got the message too. Go to Elko. And speaking of going to Elko, who else got the message? Well, Donna, Troy, and Dawn. And speaking of each of those girls, after they finally all meet each other, it turns out it was all a setup, but by none other than who? Bruce Wayne himself. And oh yes, thank you, Bruce, because I think I nearly need your help here. Seriously, all these girls here are all fucking messed up they're just messed up. Pardon my language, folks, but yes, they are just completely messed up here. So messed up that you gotta wonder, what can you do to make them understand that you got to stick together? Because Bruce, I see you tried, but even your words can't reach them. But I guess I shouldn't be surprised there. I mean, you're not their mentor. You may be Batman, you may be an experienced hero, but these teens sometimes gotta learn things on their own. And I think they will finally learn things. And I think we're finally learning one thing or so about Donna, and Dawn. And that was in the fact that they finally have figured out why Grayson hasn't been answering his messages. They find out he's in prison. Rachel, Corey, bravo, and wanting to go help Grayson. But seriously, Donna, Dawn, what is wrong with you two? I understand, you're right. Gar and Connor seem to be in more trouble than Grayson. But with the way y'all responded to not going to help Grayson, it's almost like y'all are still pissed at him for what happened with Deathstroke and Jericho. Have you guys forgotten that you guys were a part of that plan too? You cannot just continue to put all the blame on Grayson. Yes, he's the leader. He takes most of the responsibility for that plan. But y'all went with it. Y'all could have stopped it from the very beginning or tried harder to stop it. But no, instead, y'all continue to be hypocrites. Guys, get it together. You two are as much to blame for what happened to Jericho to the extent of Grayson, if lesser of an extent. But y'all are still part of it. So stop being hypocrites. Which I hope you guys learn when y'all meet up with Grayson here soon. But I won't disagree with y'all that I think Gar needs more help than Grayson does. And we'll get to you here in a second, Gar. But now why don't we go ahead and get into the real person who's the big problem here. And that was the broken wing himself, Grayson. Let's go to Grayson.
Fuck off!
Oh no, Grayson, I can't do that. I must stay here. You really need the counseling. But considering how your case is a bit special, I'm gonna need to summon in a specialist, one who can really get to you. Thank you for showing up there, Bruce Wayne, even though you are only in Grayson's head, but it's still effective enough to finally get this guy to realize that all this whining and complaining and being a baby about what you did, your sins of your past, yes, it's time to wake up. Suck it up. Come on, man. You really gotta understand that no more of this pity talk here. Cause seriously, what's that doing for you? And most of all, you really had now finally got to learn the truth of what all of us fans were suspecting for a very long time. And that was in the fact that yes, Jericho is alive. And how are you wondering that, people? Yeah, I'm gonna pause for a moment for you, Grayson. You guys wondering how you knowing that? Oh, if you guys have never read the comics, well, Deathstroke did kill his son, just like it happened here in the show, but in the end, his son was still alive, but as a ghost, like a literal ghost, possessing his father and controlling his father. And that's exactly what it is in the show right now. Now, what will that do for us in the end? Well, I don't know. But with now that Grayson, you also figured it out now, and now that seems to motivate you to realize that maybe it's time to stop this self-pitying. But before you could really get it, you really needed some slapping, more like punch to the face or slap to the face, whichever way you want to look at it. Even if it's in your head, it's helping. Bruce is finally snapping you out of your stupidity here and realizing that it's time to grow up and take responsibility. And hey, now that you know Jericho's alive, maybe you can use this as a chance to redeem yourself, which I'm gonna be very proud of for you there, man. Very, very proud. And now, before we move on into Gar, because he's a last case scenario, since he didn't really have most scenes here, I'm going to save him for last. Now that I think the counseling session is all over for each of these characters here who had some major problems to them, let's go into the two people who were absent for at least 2 whole episodes. And that was Rose and Jason Todd. We finally caught back up to those guys after a long period of time, which was good because I'm a huge fan of Rose Wilson and I wanted to see more of her. And well, wish granted on me. Yes, we've been we see these two are growing more closer together. But the more closer they get, the more Rose wants to just run away. Which, good luck, girl, because you're dealing with Jason Todd, who's been on the run for all his life here. He just. And you realize that if you really want to be serious with this guy, you ask him to open up. Well, wish granted, girl, because he shows you the theater that he was living in, not his high school or anything, just the place he lived in theater-wise. And it seems it really allowed you to open up, especially since Jason knows that you keep trying to push him away anytime he gets closer, but he really wants this with you. And hey, considering both of y'all, your backgrounds, how you are, you two fit perfect together. I'm not complaining there, even if I may be a little tad jealous, but that's just a fanboy in me as a fan of Rose there. But we did also finally learn of another fan theory that me and no doubt many others had on our plate here, and from the very beginning, and yes, Rose Wilson is the Judas contract. Well, a loosely based Judas contract. She was invented in the Titans as a spy for Deathstroke, but it seems that since she now really wants to be serious with Jason, she's decided she's out, and she's letting her father know straight up that she's not playing this game of playing the Titans anymore because she wants to be with Jason there. Unfortunately, though, Rose, I think that's also what's gonna be a downfall. Maybe you shouldn't have told him that, because as we see with Deathstroke here, he didn't like that, and I think we now know where this might lead. Because here's the thing, next week's episode, with this image right here, yes, we are finally getting the Ravager. That means she's gonna costume up as the Ravager. And there's got to be a reason for it, and I think the reason's pretty clear. It's because of Deathstroke going after Jason Todd. I don't know if he'll kill him or mortally wound him, but either way, it will finally get to see Ravager at last. I've been waiting for that. That, along with Nightwing, is what I've been waiting for this entire season. And finally, the wait has paid off, and next week will be the week, and I can't wait. And in the meantime, Grayson seems to have also broken out of prison right after Rachel and Corey had just made it in time to save him. And let me just say, I love when Corey was starting to set herself ablaze so she could blast that door down. And she's like saying, I am getting my man out of there no matter what, so get out of my way. Bam! I love that. I love that a lot. But with all that now said and done, Mercy Graves, what are you up to, you SOB? Are you putting a chip in Beast Boy so he can be controlled? Oh, Donna, you two, along with whoever you might bring with you, better hurry and safeguard quick, because you all are going to be needed for when it's time for the final showdown with Deathstroke here. But definitely, this was a pretty good episode. Mind you, it hasn't been as good as most of the other few beforehand. Like, pretty much after the Jericho storyline, the episode after that was a little cranky and not the best of them. Then last week's episode did better. This one did about the same as last week. Maybe a little bit better, but still not better than the past previous ones. But I think our wait is finally going to be over, and we're finally going to get what we want here. Like, first Ravager, and then during Black Friday, Nightwing. I cannot wait for it, guys. And let's hope this little counseling session with Bruce Wayne, which for one, we know worked with Jericho. I mean, Grayson, my bad, not Jericho, Grayson. But let's hope it can finally get through to some of these other Titans, that being the OG Titans I'm talking about there. And hopefully they finally realize that they need to take responsibility for their part in the plan and realize that they are much to blame and they need to suck it up and face the past and accept it too. But in either case, guys, thank you for joining me in my first ever session of counseling. I hope we can do this again. I'd like to have another episode where I can do another counseling shot at this. But either case, that'll be all for today, guys. And if you enjoy my videos, all you gotta do is click that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to be notified when I make more videos. And until then, Dr. Mega Geek Mixer signing out. Bye!